Alright, friends, welcome to Strategy Sundays at Mac Paladin's Retro Gaming Emporium. I am, of course, Mac Paladin, and I will be bringing the Golics in here momentarily. Very sorry for starting an hour late today. A lot of things going on. Trying to make sure that I have the car payment settled. Was out very late this morning. Ended up pulling a reservation on my on rideshare, and found out that it was all the way out in the boonies for not nearly enough money. And I don't know what's going on with the whole reservation system on a certain service, but sometimes it's great and sometimes it's completely bunk. But they wanted me to go 28 miles each direction to pick this person up for less than $30 now, and I was like, no. And so I took a nap and wasted my time and all that stuff. On a more personal note, I believe I am lactose intolerant, and that may be a reason for a lot of my distress. Haven't had milk for a while and had a glass yesterday after going grocery shopping, and well, let's just say we found out, didn't we? So that's part of the reason for the delays today, and I apologize. But anyway, like I said, I'll be bringing the Golics in here momentarily. We're not extremely pressed. Unfortunately, my good friend Adam is he's gotten some bad news and canceled some of his shows for this week, and so as a result, we're not extremely pressed for time, but at the same time, I regret that things have turned out this way for him. And the next time we see him, of course, I'm sure he'll give us the chapter and verse on what's going on. So, in the meantime, best wishes and all that stuff, and hope that medical science is able to provide him with some kind of relief. Alright, so let me get Golics over here real fast. Yo.
Hi-yo.
Yeah, I was just giving everybody the lowdown real fast here. As what's that? Generally speaking, Adam's been having some issues, and I've been having issues, and everybody's been having issues. It seems.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
I'm trying not to, but
right.
you know, we'll see how that goes.
Although yours is slightly more akin to like schedule disruption, which of course is a problem that most of us on the show and in the know are uniquely aware of.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, there's also my doctor wants to get my labs done again to check about my blood sugar. So.
Okay. See, I've always had sleep disruption problems since I was very young. I don't sleep normally. Like, it's normal human stuff. I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ever since I was young, it's like, stay up for 24 hours, but then all of a sudden it's like Friday I couldn't work because, and thankfully it's my day off, so to speak, but Friday I couldn't work and I really needed to because I stayed up past a certain threshold, and then the headache was weird. It wasn't behind my eyes as much as it literally felt like my frontal lobes of my brain hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I crossed a threshold, and then all of a sudden it was like, ah! And then I couldn't sleep because my head hurt. Like every time I closed my eyes, all I could concentrate on was the pain. So I mean, it's little stuff like that. It's like, regardless.
I usually recommend either cold or heat for that.
Well, in my case, I used to have eye drops. It actually comes about. Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially those tensor headaches that those migraine-like tensor headaches. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's yeah. It's one of those. A lot more people than used to seem to understand this plight, but it's one of those. It's still one of those if you know type situations. Like it's very hard to relate to people who don't have that going on. Really,
Mm-hmm.
really. Um, and that seems to have been my recurring problem. But as I was saying at the beginning of the broadcast, I think I've become lactose intolerant in my old age.
Or developed a lactose allergy. There's a difference between being lactose intolerant and actually allergic to it, and I forget what exactly it is. But yeah, my stomach doesn't like it when I eat a lot of cheese or drink
I have
too
less of
much milk without anything in it.
yeah, I have less of a problem with cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the scene here, so that way everybody's comments can appear on screen. Um, hey, potato. Um, it's when I drink straight up milk.
Mm-hmm.
If I have cheese, it's like the cultures and the enzymes and stuff uh, seem to mitigate it somewhat. It's like there's
Yeah, and
not
even people who have full blown lactose allergies or whatever can eat like friggin' Parmesan and stuff because all the lactose is out of it.
right. It's like it's killed or something like that.
It's been digested by the bacteriums.
Right. Yeah, it's like we're getting all these allergies because of the way our food is produced, and I've harped on this before, but I mean, it is a legitimate thing. We've genetically modified our grains so that we have extra gluten. Our bodies were
Yeah,
never designed to process that much gluten, to the natural amount of gluten that appears in wheat in the first place, and then we added more to make it tastier or make the
I
bread
suppose
rise
so,
more or what,
though we've also been genetically modifying plants since we
this isn't
have
like a
been farming.
it's not a paranoia against GMOs in general. This is just this particular thing. It's like this is something that they legitimately added something that makes it taste better, but also has negative health
Mm-hmm.
effects. So in this particular instance, it's true. It's like every conspiracy theory, and it's like when they say every joke starts with a kernel of truth. Same thing with every conspiracy theory; it starts with a kernel of truth as well. So it's like they blast it with gluten, and then now we're overwhelmed with it because we just can't process it. And they're like, oh well, the body just ejects it, and it's like, well, not always. And sometimes when it does eject it, it ejects it violently. So talk to people with actual celiac disease for the worst case scenario, and then the rest of us are developing a minor allergy / intolerance to it. Um, so yeah, so some modifications are most modifications are beneficial, but some are not. And in this particular case, I can't help but think that some of the growth hormones that they give cows is making things worse for us on top of that.
I really don't know.
Mass production, woo, and industrialization, the bane of human existence, but also a boon. It's like you can't live with it and you can't live without it. Anywho, let's get this shit rolling here. You need a screen share.
Tends to help, yes.
Sitting here tapping my foot. Come on, Gollix, I'm waiting. And you're like, hold on, I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. And there's a Papa John's ad running. All right, you should see it now.
Yep. Hi, Dragon Lord.
Hey, guys. Put the stream chat up here. I don't need to. It never gets old for that guy, does it? The bit about you being ashamed.
Oh well, this is a new variation here. He showed me I don't know if it was, I think it was a fan art Transformers character of a Beast Wars style Optimus based on, or Convoy based on, a sheep, which actually looked pretty cool. Apparently a doll sheep. Yeah, but it was an Optimus Primal based off that instead of the usual gorilla or the bat once for 5 seconds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Tato, that's probably from Shinkalion, which I have been watching lately.
Don't mind me, folks. Like I said, it's been a rough couple of days, so for everybody, and I'm just trying to work around it. You may have noticed that there are pre-roll ads now on my channel and a few other things, and it's because I have to increase revenue to justify the time that I take to make videos. Even if it's just a little bit of passive income, like I'm not gonna sit here and browbeat everybody to death to subscribe or anything like that. Although you do get some benefits of using your free Prime subscription, and I would say I'm gonna hold off on any drives until next month because it's September. So if you're thinking about subscribing to my channel, I would very much like it if everybody used their free Prime subscriptions next month, so that way they can join the channel and get some Tippy stickers. The stickers are based on the emotes that Shadows Mist created for me. Of course, you've got the hype, and we've got the love, and fire. And she made 12 of them. And Tier 1 has, I believe, 5 of them, and Tier 2 has 5 of them, and Tier 3 has the remaining 2. I think that's how that works. And, or one of them has, like, one less than the others. It's not a bunny, it's a cat. It's Tippy, my cat. He just has really floofy ears, because Tippy has really floofy ears. It's easier to see. Let me see if I can do the sticker demo. Figure we'll get this out of the way right now. Let's get this all figured out. I should be able to do the demo from my creator dashboard here, so hang on a second. I just got to refresh it. This computer's been a little sluggish lately because I'm running out of space on my hard drive. Also got to make sure that I'm not going to get... So let's see here. So like when you hit the hype one, boom, it slaps on there, and then you can see a little clearer picture of it. And for your biddy donations, not only do you get the sticker, but some of them have surprise sounds that could scare the shit out of me. You might see me get startled by a couple of them, and I will let you guess which ones have the hidden sound effects besides the slapping sound. As Davey 504 would say, slap like now. Oh God. So yeah, unfortunately, due to Adam's personal misfortune and ending up in the hospital, there will be no fragments related programming today, as far as I can tell. And he was saying something about possibly canceling on Wednesday as well. So we're going to keep everybody posted on what's happening, so that way we can find out the happenings with our favorite indie podcast, indie dev podcast. Although you guys do mainstream stuff too, right? Still, I'm the executive.
When we can get it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the executive producer, but I know nothing about the show. So once again, I'll do another sticker demo there real fast. Bam. And they just pop up on the stream like that. I have this set so that way on it works on this show. It works on our City of Heroes programming, and it actually shows up on Moonhawk Studios Presents, believe it or not. I have the overlay set for that as well. The one show I don't have it set up for is the Thursday RPG special. Alright. Well, yeah, so we're not extremely pressed for time, but I do want to move things along, so let me get this. I just had a lot to share, and so about health and the state of the stream, so to speak. And yeah. So anybody wants to throw bits at me, anybody wants to donate, please help us out, and I will set up cat content for you if you so desire. Alright, so mission number 7. And we did a quick flash through to kind of show off what the layout was like, but we didn't fully reveal what was going on here. So let's all right. Did we do a basic explanation of what was going on in this cutscene last time?
Not really, because I kept getting the text. This is Vrithai promoting our characters to the Prometheus 2 instead of the armed class.
Right. And I think there is a full script for these cutscenes on the Macross, on one of the Macross wikis. But I keep forgetting to pull it up. Unfortunately, we also have a desynchronization problem here. Misty is micronizing herself so she can infiltrate the vessel. And find out the source of this culture.
Because that seems to be the Meltran thing to do.
Yeah. And also fall in love with one of the heroes. It's not really a spoiler since they do that in like every Macross series.
Certainly, they're definitely spoofing on Maximilia here. Mission 07, Insider. Recognized for their achievements so far, Kiryu and his team are assigned to the Prometheus 2. Around this time, the Meltrandi commander Misty, having lost for like the first time ever, learned of, and she was angry because thinking this is because of protoculture. She decided to infiltrate and try to figure out what the crap is going on.
Excellent.
Again, I'm
excellent paraphrasing. Excellent paraphrasing.
I'm skipping over stuff, and it's because it's going fast. Anyway, victory conditions: destroy all enemies. Lost conditions: Prometheus 2 shot down.
Which is a lot harder than shooting down the armed series.
And the armed series was already pretty hard to shoot down.
I think it was somewhat level capped. Like, we actually couldn't make it more powerful. So
that's possible, but ships are always harder to shoot down.
So, but I'm just saying it.
Like, they can't dodge worth of shit, but they have more hit points, literally, like 10 times as much hit points as anything else can.
Yeah. Now, death is not permanent in this game, but it does inhibit your ability to gain experience, and this will become more problematic as we gain more player units.
Mm-hmm. Meltrani army troops are approaching the city.
Sorry, on the top. Ow. Oh, God. It was like lightning through my foot.
That's what was.
I didn't notice if you noticed me grimace on stream really hard and then go, ugh, like that. But, in addition to digestive problems, I also have a weird, I don't know if you can see that really well, but I have a weird skin condition that is on my hands and feet. And it causes, you could kind of see the effect on my hand. And imagine that 10 times worse on my feet, because I walk around on it all day. So they're dry and cracky and itchy, and then you itch it until it hurts, and then, yeah, you're just screwed. And so it was like one of the cracks on my foot just sent like a lightning bolt through my ankle. So it's like it's like it struck the nerve just right, and it was like somebody drove a nail into the bottom of my foot. But hey, I can feel them, so at least it means it's not necrosis. I'm trying to
when that's your good side.
Right, I'm trying to be funny about this. I gotta lose some weight. Like, a lot. Alright, so we know what she says, so next.
Yes. Horn's team scramble.
That's right, our team got a new name, didn't they?
Or possibly Hound, but if it is Hound, they're spelling it really weird.
I'm gonna go with that just because it's more interesting. So now, our main unit here, of course, is 3 blocks. Hold on, I'm messing with the controller here because for some reason it's being glitchy. Now, we got a map here, we've got a very narrow map here of the city. And we're being attacked from the water over here.
Is there anything on the south on that side?
Not really. Just more enemies. So,
attack from the northeast.
Also, I have to say again for effect that this game has pretty epic music. Alright, deploy was the 4th one?
The bottom one.
Alright, let's put our units out.
Move, attack, standby, repair.
We have a lot more. We have a lot more units now.
So, Kiryu, Latrada, Lyle, Gray, Guy, Kane.
I think we have
the other 3 are Destroyed Spartans with generic soldiers in them. Kiryu is Horned Leader.
I'm trying to get him leveled up because I need to get the next level Valkyrie. Oh, I forgot to check if they have new dialogue.
They do. Kiryu is saying something about Horned Leader launch. Latrada is saying she was in the middle of eating a parfait.
Quality. I don't want to put them on hard front line because I want to transform them before I go up against these Meltrandi. This is going to take a minute to deploy them because I'm yep.
Lyle launching or heading out. This is great. Now, let me get a look at these guys. He wants to see how his new teammates go, I think.
Right. I'm trying not to slam the buttons too hard here because I don't want to end the turn accidentally. The controller is being a little wonk today. Come on, god damn it. Let me check his level real fast here. Come on. Oh my god. So he starts level 7. Yeah, I feel like we're a little under-leveled.
Maybe a little, but he's a veteran, so...
I'm trying to move one space. One fucking space! Alright.
The number of enemies seems to be quite small.
And this is Guy?
Yes. Are you unwilling to lose? Which I don't know what he means by that.
In other words, he's admonishing the enemy for not going all out?
Either that or...
Because he's like a psychopath?
I don't... Either that or he just really doesn't think this... He wants to... Everybody on our team to I don't know.
To do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got this guy.
I don't know how to fucking translate this, but he's calling himself Kane-sama and saying he's appearing.
Okay. I will accept that. I will accept that. Alright, we're just gonna put the Destroids in the back. And like I said, I'm not gonna actually move the ship.
Okay.
I'm gonna make the enemy come to me. Because I believe I have a terrain advantage in the cities. But also I want to switch everybody to at least Gerwalk mode before I take on these Meltrandi. What is it, the something Rose?
Yes, but I don't know which one they're in. Because we haven't cursored over them yet.
They look all generic.
Those ones are Quadlin Rose, the ones up above are something else. The ones in the corner.
I can't select them. Oh.
It goes... The bottom thing goes over them. Anyway. The Quadlin Rose is the normal one, and then the 3 in the very top northeast are the upgraded version, which I don't know what the name of is.
I think what I'm going to do for these older RPGs is I'm going to get that fake NES controller, that fake USB NES controller, and stop trying to rely on a PS3 controller plugged into a USB port.
Worth a shot.
Alright, end turn. Get him!
Start the operation.
Close enough.
作戦を開始する. This is a sub-commander. Number 1 and number 2 platoons deploy forward, wait for the enemy's approach.
Alright, so they may force us to come to them.
Understood. Halting here.
Alright, so they're not going to approach.
Assuming that, and she said the same thing, assuming that the mechanics follow the text, yes.
Yeah, they're forming a defensive position. They're creating a defensive formation.
Then the bosses are advancing more.
Yeah. Now, since we're inside the atmosphere, we might get some advantage out of being in plane mode, but like I said, defensively against this particular enemy type, I have found that it's best to go Battleroid mode. I know the westernization is Battleoid, but literally
honestly, it's the same thing, so whatever.
Yeah. We've already covered there is no L technically in Japanese. Transform first. Yeah, I'm having real problems with responsiveness from the controller for some reason. Yeah, you see we get like a plus 30 advantage in the city.
Need to get the Getter Robo Ace bonus, which is you can transform after moving.
One thing I do like about this game is that as far as tactical RPGs is concerned, like I said, for now I'm just going to stack them in the city. There was no turn limit, right?
Nope. Technically, it didn't say there wasn't, but it also didn't say there was.
Normally that's pretty explicit.
I think every other stage before this one has either said turn limit nothing or turn limit 15 for turn limit.
Now in the mountains here, there's a plus 35 advantage, so...
But they might actually lower your movement.
I believe these also level up. Like you can upgrade them to the more powerful units that have like the arms with the twin launchers on them. And then I'm going to move the ship a few paces forward, but not too far. Objectively, I'm trying to entice the enemy to come in.
Uh-huh.
If the AI is even remotely intelligent, which is debatable.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's taking a gamble. If the enemy isn't an idiot, they'll fall right into our trap. I think that's kind of assuming a lot.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to go after them. Why does that one... So these cross the mountains and they suddenly have less hit points. What happened there?
They might have... Again, mountain might actually be legit dangerous terrain or stressful terrain. I don't know.
Well, I didn't take any damage over here. That's fascinating.
I can't say for sure.
Or do some of them
Even-
just have 5?
Some of them might just have 5. I think they normally have 6.
Oh, they're different.
Oh, yeah, the Logran rows have less hit points. That's weird. Those are the commander units.
Huh.
But they probably have other stats higher.
Alright, let's see if I can get her close enough to use missiles. Alright, we're gonna go get this one. Oh, we got her. Woo! Good, because we need to get Latrade up. She's the lowest level so far. We didn't get to use her much in the last 2 rounds.
That and she was never conveniently located to actually get any kills.
Right. And we definitely want to get, what's his name? Hiryu? What's his name again?
Protag-kun is Hiryu, yes.
Okay.
Or no, Kiryu, but
Kiryu,
whatever.
yeah. See, now, he wasn't nearly as effective with the same thing. Interesting.
I think there is significant damage rolling on this game. Like, it doesn't specifically say, oh, you fired 8 missiles and 6 of them hit or anything, but I think it still calculates it like that.
Alright. I'm not banking that I'm going to kill any of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and fire at them. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty rocking. This whole rock and roll vibe was a pretty heavy staple on the Turbo Duo / PC engine back in the day. We might actually be in range. Come on, land on the tree. We might. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the theme either. But I'm terrible at that. Like, even with themes that for shows that I've actually watched. Like, I know The Wings of the Boy That Killed Adolescence, but that's just from sheer having it hammered home.
I think there is a sound mode and the tracks are named.
Well, we can check that out later.
Wow.
The Wings of the Boy That Killed Adolescence is Hero's theme in Gundam Wing.
This is really bad. So I just got a push notification from Reddit that said, just unsubbed. It says, I just unsubbed from our Alzheimer's group. Don't remember even joining. I'm putting my phone now before I throw it angrily. Like, it actually makes me angry that I got lured into that one. Oh, he says something special here. What you think?
Oh, I was fucking muted. Sorry, I was coughing. I'll lay the smackdown on these bastards who dare attack during dinner. I mean, yeah.
Holy shit.
I'll give a hammer to those rude people who wage war during dinner time. Drop the hammer on, I guess.
That's hilarious. Well, he definitely laid the smack down on this one.
Uh-huh.
We may not even get to see the ship do anything. The Prometheus 2 is infinitely more epic than literally anything else in the game. You have this ship for the rest of the game.
That makes sense. It's finally a named ship and not, oh, hey, it's one of those things that we originally intended to bolt onto the arms of the Macross.
But anyway, there is a sound mode, and all of these tracks are named.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Dragonlord, I can remember themes from games that I played a long time ago. I could still hum at least 3 pieces from Jiraiya's Twin, probably a bunch from Secret of Mana, any number from Link to the Past. Okay, probably a few from Link to the Past. Stuff from the Super Nintendo era, I'm all over. I just don't know the names of most of those songs.
Let's see if that's close enough for an attack. Nope. What's the furthest up I can move? I'm gonna see if I can use this to take out this low ranked one here, this low level one here in the foothills. Yep, we got her. Alright, we're going to move the ship in, and we're going to see if we can pound some arse here. Nope, nobody's in range, but that's okay. Alright, well that's it for player turn, so let's move on to the enemy phase. My hope is that we can complete 2 scenarios today. We did spend a little time dicking around, but if we do them right, these scenarios don't take that long. Okay. We may be in trouble here. Yeah, she hit us with all 3 missiles. Really? 3 hit points attacking the ship with bullets. Okay. Okay, well that annoys me just a little bit. Come on. I'm getting tired of the hit it like you mean it.
I do not know exactly what you mean by that.
This problem I'm having with the controller. I gotta smash the buttons like I mean it, and then it moves too many units.
Oh, okay. Right, got it. Hit the button like you mean it.
Oh, this is an area of effect attack, by the way.
That's nice.
I don't think I'm close enough to use it again. I'm surrounding the ship so they can't get in close to use their bullets. I'm gonna have him go back aboard the ship and repair. And then I'm gonna see if I can get Elytrade to draw this one's attack. Although, I am going to attack it directly. Alright, bye-bye. Really? Man, that really pisses me off. Leave it to veteran Ace Generico to save the day. All right. Alright, we got some dialogue there.
I think this is the main canon thing. Target acquired. Safely unlocked. Fired the main gun. They say, shooting a broadside.
Yeah. Culture.
That is the thing. The culture, yes. That is the thing that is missing from some of these ones that we've been playing. They don't have the the wide array of fancy attacks that later Super Robot Wars get into.
I get annoyed that it tries to force me to move. Like, if I don't move before I attack, it tries to force me to do it. And it's like, I just want to sit here and take the pounding. It's like
usually I think it's considered that maintaining mobility is strategically superior.
I don't want to be told what to do by a damn game. Well, lady, you're dead. And that unit leveled up. Oh! Lyle might be foobar here. Well, at least he dodged some of the missiles. Well, Zen, take a nap. Zen, fires the missiles!
Can't remember the next line after that. Aside from fucking kangaroos.
So I guess that one's gonna stay way out there in the water.
I think that's her. That's Misty, I think.
Let's take out all of her troops and then like see what happens. God damn it. Well, I'm gonna have I'm hurting or something.
私としたことがかなりのダメージを What I did, I've taken a lot of damage.
Well, we're gonna have him go back to the ship because I don't want him to break. I don't want him to damage a perfectly good Valkyrie.
Summary of the game on the wiki is saying they're Apple team, but I'm assuming they missed or they mistranslated or something, because Hondo does not mean apple.
Like in any pronunciation, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a legitimate game mechanic that you could repeat scenarios over and over again to level up.
I
Like
honestly cannot confirm or deny that, so if you can, it might be in a different mode, but this thing seems to be just going through them automatically to the next one, so.
Right. You should take her down. And this should be something of a massacre. Oh. What a lamer. Now, unfortunately, we're too close, so in order to destroy one of these, I'm going to have to heave two and then fire. Yep.
Are in those minimum ranges.
You don't want things blowing up right against your hull.
Right. Also, it's hard to aim that close sometimes. Guns only have certain angles of depression.
That's why it was actually a big deal in the original series episode, The Balance of Terror, for them to fire phasers at point-blank range at the nuclear device.
Uh-huh.
Not just because of the proximity of the explosion damaging the Enterprise, but because of the difficulty of hitting an object that close to the Enterprise with the phaser banks.
Uh-huh.
In space.
And the original Enterprise had, albeit the visual effects team didn't always get the message on where they were, but it allegedly had fixed phaser banks compared to some of the more flexible stuff in Next Generation and later.
Well, the Next Generation had explicit hardpoints, the phaser strips.
Yeah.
And in the movies, they also had fixed hardpoints for the weapons as well. For some inexplicable reason, when Gene Roddenberry had Matt Jeffries design the Enterprise model, he explicitly told him not to put any visible weapon hardpoints on the Enterprise.
Mm-hmm. Except for that big lump at the base of the neck.
That's the navigational sensor dome. It actually has an explicit purpose even on the original diagrams. That's why in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, that last torpedo that hits the Enterprise when the Reliant goes around and fires that aft torpedo that causes the big explosion on the bridge at the end of the first battle with Khan.
Uh-huh. Oh, no, you're right. The original TV model of the Enterprise didn't have the lump I'm thinking of. It just had the sensor dish.
Yep.
One of the movie versions, in the Enterprise A, had an actual, box or lump at the front of the base of the neck above the navigational deflector.
Well, yeah,
Which I believe I believe is where the photon torpedo launchers are supposed to be.
Oh, it had explicit photon torpedo launcher tubes.
Yeah.
The entire base of the neck was almost like.
Yeah.
It was
but
like
I had
3 times the width of the neck.
Yeah, I haven't seen that much of the original series, so I forgot that wasn't there on the actual TV version.
Franz Joseph in the Starfleet Technical Manual postulated that the photon torpedo tubes were on the front end of the dome directly below the bridge. So there's
what would on the D be the captain's yacht?
No. On the top of the saucer.
Oh, right, yeah.
Even though all on-screen visual evidence suggested that they came out of the navigational dome on the bottom of the saucer.
Mm-hmm.
But for some inexplicable reason, he put it on the top, even though there's no on-screen evidence that would suggest that would ever be the case.
And again, from all that I have heard, the original series was a little bit, and I'm being conservative by saying a little bit, inconsistent about both where weapons came out of and also which ones came from where.
Well, once they established where the phaser banks came out of the first time they fired it, they were pretty consistent about that. It's just that there was some minor variation in color, and Balance of Terror explicitly called them proximity blast phasers, even though they had, because 2 episodes later in Arena, they had actual photon torpedoes. But they set the phasers so that way the particle beams would erupt into an explosion once they reached a certain distance. So they have this weird pulse phasers, which they used again in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. So instead of firing continuous beams out of the phaser turrets, the phasers were set on pulse mode, which had kind of a proximity blast situation going on. So I always thought that was interesting. I always felt that the phaser banks were underused in the films.
Yeah, because you don't want to use the pew-pew guns. Whenever there's anything serious to do, you gotta use the missiles.
Well, that's the thing about the Federation, though. Phaser banks are the primary offensive weapon of the Federation. Photon torpedoes, for all intents and purposes, are actually unreliable because they rely on guidance, whereas the phaser banks, if you lock on the target, they hit the target.
I am not certain about that because it is easier to program a navigation computer capable of adjusting aim into a torpedo compared to the phasers are still just basically laser pointers, aren't they? I mean, it's the computer doing it, but
still, the idea is that it's a continuous beam, so
yes, but the photon torpedoes have a lot more punch to them.
not necessarily because they have a finite amount of antimatter in them. The phaser banks have a theoretically unlimited power source because they are channeled directly through the warp drive. Which, if you think about
if you can keep the phaser trained on the target indefinitely, yes.
Right.
But that's not necessarily possible.
Torpedoes miss all the time. Look at the dumbfire torpedoes in Deep Space Nine.
No, I know. But when they hit, they do more damage in a shorter amount of time than phasers do.
Well, this is an argument that they've had about shield dynamics. Because a photon torpedo is designed to do damage after you've taken down the shields.
Right.
So the phaser banks are designed...
Or to a non-shielded thing.
Right. The phaser banks are designed to actually deplete the enemy's shields. So, because they have a theoretically infinitely scalable power source, then the amount of depletion is only dependent on the duration of contact.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they can keep...
Unless they, like, overheat or something.
Which they have... By the 24th century, they have countermeasures for that as well.
Right.
So the phaser banks deplete the shields, and then the photon torpedo is designed to crash through the last bit of it. But because of how this has to do with geometry and how explosions work, especially in space. If you hit an object with a photon torpedo and it does a glancing blow instead of actually smashing directly into it, it does less concentrated damage because the damage goes in the direction that the torpedo was moving.
Right.
The explosion goes in the direction that the torpedo was moving. Like, this is some complex geometry and physics stuff. Like, they really put some thought into this, believe it or not. I know that it's not like the first thing everybody thinks about, when they're thinking about Star Trek is how much thought the writers actually put into this, but like in the original series, Gene Roddenberry actually went to the Rand Corporation think tank in order to get his ideas. That's pretty significant. Alright, let's move on. Sorry. Up. Look at this bullshit.
What is Sub Commander talking to us about? Probably about sneaking up behind everyone. Thank you for your help. Nani? Did they break through? Huh? It was a diversion. Operation complete. I will return from now on. Tadaima Yori. Yeah. Which I think means they're joining the battle, but I'm not sure. That one's level 15, though, so... All teams retreat? Oh. Okay, I know what this is.
Yeah, Misty was trying to get in there.
Yeah, this is them making a diversion so that the things aren't... so that the Federation troops weren't around...
Federation?
While they... Whatever.
The UN
I don't know
Spacey?
Yeah. What the... I guess United Nations forces then.
Yeah.
Weren't at the city while they... Or at another city while they were sneaking Misty into it.
Right. Because in micronized form...
Okay?
In micronized form, she can't actually fly.
Yes, because these things are power suits.
Yep.
They are literally, like, the Meltrandi fills most of that. It's like Space Marine armor with extra backpack guns.
Oh, she fills that, huh? She really fills it out?
You know what I mean. Most of the space is occupied by the occupant's body.
It wouldn't be any good if we played this completely straight.
Mm-hmm. There doesn't seem to be any damage. Are we just that strong? Was it some kind of forcible reconnaissance? This is the fucking... Okay, no, it's not. Well, if there's no damage, it doesn't seem like we should be that worried about it. I could have sworn he was going to be friggin' saying we should be, or they ran away because they were afraid of me personally.
Back to my patient.
You sure are a carefree person.
I'm sure she said something slightly more disparaging than that. All right.
If you say that kind of thing to me, I'll get angry. Anything is fine, so let's hurry up and get home. So
right.
I suspect there was a time limit there, but it was time limit until we win.
Alright, here she is sneaking around.
かなりの種類の兵士がいるようだ。交通もよく統制されている。
She's sneaking around the city.
ゼントランとメルトランのマイクローンが一緒に。デカルチャー。
Men and women living together? Mass hysteria!
He seems upset.
紹介中の飛行隊へポイント 6B にゼントラーディ軍侵入。直ちに迎撃せよ。
本土リーダー了解。
See, he just said it.
Oh.
Hondorida.
You can barely see it there, but there's somebody on the communication screen.
Yes.
In their attempts at realistic scaling, they have sacrificed visibility for us, the viewers.
Mission 08, Intercept. Something about... Misty has successfully infiltrated a city on Earth. However, the text goes to shit. And she doesn't know what's going on with all... Like, literally the thing I said about men and women living together, mass hysteria.
Tight.
She doesn't know how to relate because that's not how the Zentradi do it.
Okay.
And then the Zentradi send Gerlin and his forces to attack the city. Something about what Kiryu's doing. Victory condition, Gerlin's machine destroyed. Lost condition, Prometheus 2 destroyed, or all NPCs destroyed. It literally says NPCs.
I see that.
Current limit none.
Okay. Let's dick them
Also,
up.
I retract my statement. The Meltron is still mostly inside the chest area of the thing. The legs do go down into the legs, but not all the way.
Okay, so we have some actual NPC units here. So apparently if all of them are destroyed, we're fucked.
Yes. 54th Air Defense Destroyed Squad to Prometheus 2, or as it says here, Brometheus 2. Because it's really easy to not tell 2 dashes from a circle when you have 4 pixels total.
Okay.
The first character of the second line
Yeah.
and the first character of the third line. See how one of them has 2 little dashes and one of them has a little circle in the top right corner of them?
Yeah.
If you put the circle on the bottom one with the 2 dashes, it would be Brometheus. Like I said, it's very tiny, but that's the difference between a B and a P is a different marking on it.
That's the joke, folks. Proceeding. I know the word attack is in there somewhere.
Yeah, we're now under attack by the Zentradi. We are urgently requesting assistance. This is the Prometheus 2, Roger.
Yokai.
Horned team, please deploy. Okay, the fuck. Read the goddamn thing, phone. Horn Squadron, all machines launching. Again, the Google Translate, when it does it, it makes it out as horned.
Oh, this guy's cute.
That is Garan. That is the guy we have to kill, unsurprisingly. Fighter pods.
Yeah, this is a new type of enemy.
These are presumably the Zentradi air units, which are
Oh shit.
kind of similar to the classic fucking Glogs.
Every one of these has a missile launcher on it.
Yeah. Actually, those aren't Glogs there.
Well, we can't let all the NPCs
God.
be killed. So I'm gonna have to make the choice. I could go for the quick kill, but I need experience. So we're gonna take this the low, slow way.
Yeah, those are Regals. Which are the, I don't know.
How does a spaceship have such a small movement arc?
By being in atmosphere.
Apparently.
Maybe. I'm guessing.
How does this have less mobility than the fucking helicarrier?
I mean, the helicarrier isn't in this game.
Yeah, clearly.
So we don't
Alright.
know how maneuverable. Also, the scale of these things kind of varies. Like, without warning. We have to defend the city. I will protect the city no matter what, more specifically. Thus, we shall shuffle of all of our forces around randomly.
Something, something attack.
Ground forces attack the base. We get signal? Somebody set up us now. Everyone else follow me to intercept the enemy reinforcements. So the flying units will be attacking you, and the walkie guys over on the left side of the screen will be attacking the city.
We may be repeating some of this. Oh, here we go. One more bit of dialogue there.
Destroy the My Clone's base.
This guy doesn't shut up.
It'll teach them the meaninglessness of facing us.
Resistance is futile.
Pretty much, yes.
Alright, well, battle pods are easier to defeat than,
In
yeah,
theory,
and they're
yes.
just, yeah, and these missiles are just going to cut through these destroids like they're nothing.
However, if they use up all of their missiles and don't kill all of them yet,
Then they're going to be easy pickings.
then the rest of them will not be in that much trouble.
This is going to take forever.
Also, UN Spacey doesn't mean the space UN. Spacey is I actually kind of prefer this to what we've officially got in the US now.
Oh?
Significantly. Spacey is a formation from Army and Navy, but for space.
Yeah, Space Navy.
Or Space Army. But yeah. I mean, it's more like a Navy. And having that and having the generic lowest rank enlisted be spacers or spaceman or whatever
Yeah.
beats the crap out of we're the US Space Force and we're the Guardians, because that's just impossible to take seriously.
Oh, is that an actual thing? God.
That is the official name for the generic rank and file members of the US Space Force, of which we barely have any, but you know.
So the green ones have some damage resistance, and the gold ones are just trash.
The gold ones are Destroid Defenders.
And apparently they can't defend for shit, because every one of them that has been shot at is taking big damage.
Oh god, I really wish Fandom would just die. The company that, or whatever, the one that used to be Wikia,
Oh?
their sidebar is awful. The Defender is apparently an anti-air destroid, and it looks kind of junky. The green ones are the ones that we had some of.
Yeah,
The
and
Destroid Spartan.
they seem to be able to actually do something.
Well, I don't know how much, again, I don't know how much mechanically the game actually does with land versus air stuff. Probably some.
I think it does.
The Defender is supposed to be an anti-air thing, and these are land-based battle pods. Also, not all of those Rigolds have missiles. Out of these 5, only the 2 on the ends do.
They all seem to be firing missiles.
Well, I think only the ones with missiles have been firing.
30 years later, we'll get through this enemy phase.
Something something Zerg Rush. Except the Zergs are green dudes. Yes, I know they're not all green. Oh, okay. Some of them are light missile carriers, and some of them are heavy missile carriers.
Jesus
So presumably,
Christ.
the light missile carriers are either that or some of them are tactical scouts. But
And we got a whole gaggle of them here that haven't launched their missiles.
and yeah, I think I was just because in
Oh,
a lot
shit!
of what did you make the ship not do anything?
I didn't launch anybody.
That was silly of you.
I guess I still can, though. I'm not screwed yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna launch them as far forward as I can because I need to get into this battle.
Okay, just remember that also the fighter pods will be attacking us.
No, they're going horizontally across the map towards the base.
Okay, well they said they'd be attacking us. I suppose it's possible that they were lying out of character.
I think I've remembered hating this entire scenario. I don't care what they say right now. It's just generic pre-battle bullshit. Well, I mean, I kind of do care, but I kind of don't.
Well, I can't kind of translate it, so...
The fuck you say? Ugh. I'm gonna keep these inside until we get a little closer. But yeah, I feel like I need to get in this battle pretty quick
Probably a good idea, yes.
because we're running low on allied troopers here. At least there's no base range. Like, you do get a minor benefit for, well, they're gonna fight back, so let's see what happens. Oh, that was bullshit.
But yeah, once again, the Wriggles are basically scaled like those Fisher-Price kitty cars. Except then they have long legs on them.
Yeah. Now this is going to be an area of effect attack. Really? That guy leveled up.
Conveniently.
Yeah, these Spartans are actually pretty badass. It's just these other ones that are kind of like, why are you here? Go hit that cluster down there and weaken them up for us.
These guys are being awfully aggressive for characters that can't die. Or at least not all of them.
Right. Well, they may take out all the battle pods.
That's true, the Wriggles do really suck, so... And those are destroyed tomahawks in the beige.
So this one's going to do something. It's like it's deciding, is it going to go forward or is it going to attack us?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's decided... Yep. Okay. By all means, waste your missiles.
Apparently, the destroyed tomahawk is supposed to actually be good, but we'll see. Yeah, some of them are Regaled LM and some of them are Regaled HM. So, the LMs like this have light missile launchers, which presumably do less damage. Although that guy had 2 hit points left.
Right.
So you can see that the light missile ones, their missile pods are horizontal, and the heavy missile pods are vertical.
Just watching in horror. I'm annoyed because this level is a little too dependent on RNG.
Yeah, we don't really have much input on when and which of the NPCs who can't all die manage to not get exploded.
Well, and they position us such that I suppose we have a choice. We could have gone directly after this enemy. Now they're coming after us. We could have gone directly after this enemy commander and tried to end the thing right away.
Theoretically, yes, that is a thing we could do. I am not convinced it would be a better choice.
Well, it may be the only choice. The way they've structured this, I can't move far enough, fast enough to avoid that. See, there's some gambit placement of some of the shit in this game, to where they force you into a non-choice choice. If you do anything other than the thing that they want you to do, then you lose automatically. Let's see if we can reach anything yet. Nope. Now, see, and look at how much fucking mobility this guy had. He moved like 9 units across the map, at least.
Yes, he is. Has wings and is not dependent on over technology for. I'm guessing.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to deploy our fuckers here. In a defensive perimeter. I say defensive because I'm putting him out there to die. Get it?
Yes.
Now, let's see if I can get in range to throw some missiles at these cock wobbles if I can actually land on my intended target. Something, something.
I don't want people to think I'm running away, I think, or something like that.
He's kind of a coward.
Well, you can't be a genius if you're dead.
God damn it. I have a feeling this is going to be all bullshit all the time. I'm going to need to move into range to distract these guys. Okay. That should be an attention getter. Now, we might actually lose some units here because in order to get them into range,
I mean,
I have to take
what?
I have to take the risky maneuver of keeping them in plane mode to get them in range. Go ahead. What?
Well, Garon's forces are fighter pods, so maybe that's the right mode for that? I don't know.
Guess we'll find out. But yeah, I want to distract this force that's attacking the NPCs that we need to protect. Now, hopefully by destroying some units we can level up here. At the very minimum, we've reduced the number of enemy forces here, because there's only like 4 guys left. So if they get Fubar, we're toast. Down 1, thank you. Alright, I can't reach anymore, so I'm going to start attacking this group. Get in there, fuckface. Actually, I'm gonna, since I'm closer to this unit, I'm gonna switch them to Gerwalk. %40 advantage from the trees in Gerwalk mode. And go for the easy kill. I'm trying to see if there's any indicator that suggests when they're going to go up a level, because it said that he had 150 experience, but I don't know what makes you go up a level.
Honestly, I don't know. If it were me, I would have put, like, unit stats on a select button or something, but... Let me see what that... Yeah, that was just special for transforming. No, it looks like we got move, attack, special, and standby.
Really, you couldn't get that last hit in there? There's an indicator on that screen that says how many experience points they have. But like I said, I don't know what the criteria is for each level. Like if it's a fixed amount or what.
I think in this kind of game it's fairly common for it to be a fixed amount, but I don't know what it is.
See that DP? 23 over 190?
Yes. Wait, is that not hit points?
No. HP has its own gauge.
Right.
23 over 80.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure what's what here. Well, that's all we got. That's all we got for moves. Well, he took this guy's ass out.
Big culture!
And this guy just went up a level. Oh wow, these guys got beams. I forgot, beams against battle pods is like the shit. I'll see what these guys do. Are you gonna come get me? Evasive maneuvers would be good.
It looks like you've suffered an honorable injury. Or possibly I have.
What did she say?
What if I told you that I was honestly beaten? Shut up, we gotta escape. Again, I think some of the pronouns there are wrong. Because in null subject languages that can be tricky.
Yeah, she survived because she was in Gerwalk mode. If she'd have been in fighter mode, she would have been toast too. Most likely. Now she's toast. Something about creme brulee.
No, just I've gotta eject.
Well, this sucks crap through a straw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad I put these guys out here as decoys. Force the enemy fighters to, ah, shit.
good. Oh. Something about I'll remember this.
And that's going to hit 2 units. Look at the fucking range on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, it's somewhat impossibly stacked against us. Okay, the music has changed. Yeah, I've only got three fighter units available against this entire
how
armada.
How much damage can your ship do to him?
Well, let's find out. First, I need to move back away from him so I can shoot him.
And then can any of your other guys get over to him?
We'll find out in a moment. He doesn't have an available attack that will actually be effective.
Same thing as before. It seems like I've taken a lot of damage.
Yeah, what I needed to do was I needed to get in these guys' faces so they couldn't fire missiles at me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm out of moves. This guy's going to solo the whole battle pod army. The ship isn't going to be able to counterattack, and it's gonna... And I don't know who still has, which enemy units still have missiles left. Well, there's one of them.
Yeah, it would be more convenient if we could look at more precise enemy stats, but we can't.
Well, this is becoming quite dire. And this asshole still has missiles.
I think the light missile launchers have more missiles, but each individual missile is significantly less powerful.
Well, all I know is there's like 15 enemy units still on the map here, and the only fighting force, if you will, that we have left is the Prometheus 2. So we're about to get fuck-sword.
Kiryu's technically still there for a couple seconds. He's a little bit trapped in, but, you know. I mean, the only thing here is that we can still technically win, possibly, because there's only one thing we actually have to shoot down.
Right.
Also, you can have Kiryu jump into the ship if he can't do anything else.
Alright, fucking decide what you're gonna do, AI. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they seem to want to shoot the ship, and they seem to be really bad at it, so...
That's the only thing that did any damage to it. Yeah, I shouldn't have let the enemy forces swarm us like this, though.
You do still have one other guy, too, in front of the ship.
I mean, cool. And stuff.
I'm just saying, you have one thing to shoot down.
See if I can...
He did some damage.
See if I can soften him up a little bit.
If I don't go back, I'm going to be in trouble. If he can move, you can try to use him to put some more damage on the other... Yes, you can move through your own dudes. Okay, that's what I wasn't sure about.
It's like, well, dude, be in trouble because you need to soften this bastard up.
Huh?
And he did 0 damage.
Yep. Is he out of missiles?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, they got me. I'm punching out. Well, time to try and shoot from the ship.
Can I shoot him at this range? Nope. I gotta back up again. I'm gonna make them come get me. And we do still have Lyle.
Oh, where's he hanging out at?
Inside the hangar bay.
Oh.
But if we deploy him, he's gonna be in fighter mode. And he won't be able to attack on this round.
These guys are fighter mode.
We've got 2 units left and 1's in repair. This guy's gonna come and attack him from the back. Time for back attack. Come on, buddy. Take one of them out. Keep him distracted for me. we got Ann Hero right here. All right, are you guys gonna go after the Destroid? Ah, this fucker's still got missiles. Jesus. Why was he allowed to hit with all of them?
I don't know.
Ah, fuck. Well, if we get done in, this is it. We got a lot of enemy units here. But their guns do no virtual. Well, let's see. Yeah, their guns do no damage to us. This guy's got missiles. Shit. Oh, thank God they decided to use it against the Destroid.
There's still the Tomahawks up in the corner, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to come down and help us.
Right. No, I'm just saying that we're not going to lose from all of them being defeated immediately.
Right, that's why I'm saying I should have gone aggressively after the fighters, because see, I think this guy's, if it's not this guy, it's going to be the next one, because if the battleship comes in and attacks us, yeah.
Not actually a battleship, it's just a fighter pod with a huge boost pack, I think, but yeah. Yeah, being shot down.
Alright. We don't have time to redo this scenario, so...
Yeah, it's 10:30, so...
That'll be next week. We will attempt scenario 8 over again. But now we know what to do. Go hard against the fighters, because the it looks like the I forgot about those laser guys, because I think they have it set up to where they're so effective against the battle pods that if they tried to attack those last two guys, they would just not be able to defeat them. Plus, I think if we started aggressively sortying these fighters, they'd probably have a lot harder of a time. Like if I was actually firing my missiles at them with only 30 hit points, we'd probably kill one with every shot.
Decent chance, yes.
So yeah. All right. Well, sucks to be me, I guess. All right. Well, that's it for this week's installment. Be sure to join me back at 9 p.m. For more City of Heroes Red Side. City of Villains.
Oh yeah, you can check the music menu if you want. Or does that not go back to the main menu?
Let's find out. It was some weird translation.
西暦
Let's see if we have a music menu first. Apparently not. I'll look at it in some music player later. I believe that the tracks are named, though, because they're Redbook audio on the CD. And then,
Oh yeah, like if you literally just take the CD and put it in a CD player.
yeah, like if I put it into Windows Media Player or something like that, it should actually read the tracks. But unfortunately, I can't do it right now. Let's do this. Let's take a look here. Stage J. Alright. Some people have recorded bits of the soundtrack onto YouTube, so if you look for Macross Eternal Lovesong OST or just Eternal Lovesong, you can find it. Ba, ba, ba. Shining Force 3. There was a game. Possibly. There's a possibility of that. Of course, for TOS purposes, I can't recommend doing that. However, yes, anything is possible. All right, so that's it for this week's episode. Join me again at 9 p.m. for more Red Side action in the City of Villains. Until the next, and of course, tomorrow we'll be back with more Paladins and Blue Side City of Heroes. So until then, I'm your host, Mac Paladin. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.